Ouais.
Okay, hello everybody! Welcome back to my channel, bonjour! For this week's video, I am going to share with you guys my Parisian tips. I am a local. I was born and raised in Paris. Although I did live in Miami, I came back here for my studies, and over the year I visited Paris as a tourist but also as a local. And now living here, I have come up with my own little list of tips to share with you guys, because I know a lot of people ask me, oh, what should I do when I'm in Paris, etc, etc, asking a bunch of questions, and I thought I should do a video, and it can always help anybody who's planning on going to Paris or visiting Paris this month or going for the summertime, etc. So I thought it should be a good idea to share that with you guys. If you enjoyed this video, give it up a thumbs up, and if you like this video, subscribe. There's gonna be way more fun videos like that coming. Thank you for your support over on my channel. It really means a lot to me, and I can't thank you enough for everything. It's quite overwhelming, but in a good way, just to know that like me doing videos in my living room inspires people. So it makes me really happy, it fulfills me. That's the reason why I do YouTube. First things first, when you come visit Paris or just any cities in regular, when you're traveling, this can help you. Ask yourself, are you a basic type of tourist or are you a local type of tourist? Because those two are very different. Basic would most likely do all the popular sightseeing. It doesn't mean it's bad, but if you're traveling and you're the kind of person that likes to be organized, or the person that when arriving at the destination is kind of like planning spontaneously, ask yourself that question, because it can really like help you plan around that. So, you know, the basic type of tourist would most likely do all the popular sightseeing, and the local type of tourist would most likely do the things that nobody talks about or nobody shows on the Instagram, etc. The hidden jewels, because, you know, Paris does not equal the Eiffel Tower. It has so much more than that, and there's so many cute places around the city that you can discover, and hopefully always have good walking shoes. It is so important because, you know, we rely a lot on our feet. In Paris, we take the metro, we have electric scooters, we have the buses, etc. But we rely mostly on our feet, and sometimes walking can be really tiring, especially on a hot day, or, you know, it's a big city, it's stressful, it's busy, so not a lot of people are accustomed to walking that much. So I always advise to take a good pair of shoes, your favorite sneakers, because honestly nothing compares to a good comfortable pairs of shoes rather than like just a pretty one. No one's gonna see your shoes on Instagram anyway, or nobody cares anyway, so like comfort over fashion. Sometimes fashion's over comfort, but in this case the other way around. Okay, number 3, get a ticket pass for the metro. We're going to experience a whole different side of Parisians. You know, we say that Parisians are very negative and very rude, etc., which is true most of the time, and you will see that in the metro. You will experience it. It's quite an iconic, very local experience. I think everybody should do that instead of like taking taxis or Uber. It's like really hit up the metro, and you're gonna get a whole different experience of Paris. And with Parisians, you can see a little bit of the city depending on which metros to take, because some metros are outside and some metros are like underground. You can get 5-day passes or 2-day passes depending on how long you're staying, and also you can get those little cards which is called the Navigo, and basically with that you have access to basically anywhere, as well as the tickets, and this you can use it whenever, at any time, and you can put limits also. Basically if you do it for a week, you can use your pass for a week, and in Paris we tend to take the metro a lot, you know, to go somewhere and then to go back. It's change, like it's a lot. So sometimes those metro cards can be really useful, or what you can do is you can put You can buy a certain amount of tickets, put them on the card, and every time you pass your ticket, you will get it subtracted. So I definitely advise checking out the card option. I will link down everything below that I talk about, etc., that I mentioned. Number 5 is have heroes. This is super typical, this is super basic. It's really important to, when you're traveling, to always have cash on you, because some places might not take credit cards, etc., or if you're buying in a very small business or boutique, some people prefer cash, so always have a little bit of cash on you. If you go also at bars, they tend to take the card at a certain amount, so sometimes it's always good to have some cash. Number 6, get lost in Paris. Honestly, there's nothing better than getting lost. Spontaneity is a must when you're traveling. You will end up finding the cutest places ever, or like good restaurants, or just anything like that, cute spot for photos, etc. Like, it's so much fun to just get lost and see what you can end up finding, especially in big cities like that. I have some of my favorite arrondissement like areas that I like to get lost in, because you can find really cute streets. So I'm gonna put them on the screen, but if you go by like the Louvre or places like that, you can really walk around and find like some really cute places. What's really cool about Paris is that you walk around in Paris and you go from one place to another, and it's totally different, and you know, you see all the architecture and everything. It's beautiful. So honestly, I definitely advise getting lost, because you will not be disappointed. But don't go during the night, because it can be a little bit dangerous, so be safe. If you want to experience real French food, I definitely advise you to go eat at Le Petit Bouillon. It is a bistro type of place, French food mostly, and basically it is very cheap. That's the concept. It's kind of like fancy food but cheap. And I went the other day and I thought it was amazing, and I thought I'd recommend it to you guys, because you can really get the Paris experience. You are seated like in tables of 4, so if you're 2, it's 2 and 2, which is really fun, because you can sit by locals and maybe you can talk to them, etc., which can be fun. And you can eat French food for cheap, so I definitely recommend going. Go around like 2 o'clock if you want to go to those places, because they tend to be super busy and you tend to wait a long time. So if you don't mind waiting, I advise you to go earlier. Okay, number 6 is carry your student card, identity, your passport, something that says your age or your date of birth, because you can get in for free in museums if you're from 18 to 25, because if you live in the European nations and you are around those age, it is free. You get in for free. So if you go, for example, to the Arc de Triomphe, that you can go up to the Arc de Triomphe and see the view of Paris. Usually it's 12 euros if you're like, you know, an adult, 26 plus. If you are from 18 to 25, it's free, so you don't have to pay 12 euros. I just saved you like 12 euros. That's like a meal, literally. So look it up on the websites before going. Make sure you look around, because you can get in for free. But if you're a student and you don't live in the European Union, make sure you have your student card, because you can get reduced prices and they're quite cheap, so it's worth it. Next, always ask for still water when you are at restaurants or bars. Ask for still water, because it's very good, it's drinkable. Paris still water is very, very good, and it's free. And I don't know if they do that in like in America or just on other places in Europe, but it's free. You don't need to pay 4 plus 6 euros for a plastic bottle. Like, no way, honey. So make sure to ask for still water, because they will give it to you and it's free. Second to last tip is, if you want to go visit a museum or you want to go to a certain area that's usually crowded, like Montmartre or around Les Grands Boulevards, or even around the Eiffel Tower, wake up extra early for it. Just wake up a little bit earlier to go, because you will get less people, less crowded, and it's just way more pleasant to do and to visit, especially museums during the weekend can be super full because nobody works on those weekends and everybody goes out. The Eiffel Tower lines tend to be quite long because especially during the summertime where everybody's traveling, everybody's going to the same place, go earlier so you don't have to wait hours in the line, especially when it's hot or it's cold. Also, don't forget that the Louvre is closed on Tuesdays. So there's a bunch of museums in the area, really fun museums, Musée de l'Orangerie, Musée d'Orsay, always my go-to backup plans if something happens. I have friends visiting. Okay, and lastly, I'm going to recommend you guys some of my favorite places in Paris. I am going to make other videos on this subject. I'm going to do some little guides here and there for you guys, but I thought I should give you guys some of my favorite places to finish this video. So, number one is the neighborhood Saint-Germain-des-Prés in the 6th arrondissement, in the 6th district. It is such a cute place. There are a lot of cafes, and then you have La Seine, and you can walk by it, and you have all these little like book vendors or like posters vendors, and it's just such a Parisian area. I love it so much. It is super cute. There's a lot of stores, boutiques, and you can have a really nice day. It's a great area to go to just walk around, even get lost. There's lots of cute streets, and if you go on Le Pont des Arts, and from the Pont des Arts you cross the bridge and you arrive by the Louvre. So it's like kind of connected. Second place that I love is Montmartre. Montmartre is a top must. I always recommend it. There's so many cute cafes and a lot of streets, but it's uphill mostly. I am going to put an address or street to a really pretty view that I've been to. It's in the same district, but it's not in Montmartre. So if you're ever in Paris, please go visit that area because it is absolutely incredible. Like third place, still in the same district as Montmartre, is Les Buttes Chaumont. It's a huge park, and you have the view over Le Sacré-Cœur, and it is absolutely beautiful. It is perfect for a spring day or a summer. Just lay down on the grass, bring some snacks and just enjoy the sun, and everybody goes out when it's nice day, so it's nice to feel the local ambient, just stay there and take some cute pictures. Next up is a museum that I really love in Paris. I've been there once, but it was really fun and I really want to go more. It's called le Musée Jacques Marandré. It's around the district of Les Grands Boulevards. I will again put down everything down below that I talk about, that I mention, and I'm going to put a picture when I went there on my Instagram. It's quite popular, like the little hallway. A beautiful museum, and it has a garden outside, so cute, and the area inside is absolutely stunning. Again, you can go in for free if you are under 25. The next area is by the Eiffel Tower, and it's called Avenue des Caméons. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but it's an Eiffel Tower spot for pictures. It is a little street right by the Eiffel Tower, right by the main area, and honestly, it is absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to show you guys some of the pictures that I took when I went there. There's not a lot of people there. Usually people that are there are like people that are shooting pictures for their weddings, stuff like that. It's not really like famous yet, and hopefully it stays that way because it's such a pretty street, and I advise you going if it's your first time in Paris and you don't want to, you like the main stuff but you want to do different streets. You can get such another pretty perspective. So the last recommendation I'm going to give you, so if you, for example, if you've ever been to New York for reference, and you've ever walked on the High Line, basically it's the same thing but Paris style, not any near like the popular attractions, but it is so great, and that's a local thing to do. So basically it's called La Coulée Verte, and it is this huge little path that's quite and you can walk all the way to a district called Bastille, and Bastille has a lot of cafes, a lot of shops there. It's quite known for that, and a lot of bars, a lot of fun stuff. So yeah, you can go for a nice walk on there, and it has a lot of cute spots for pictures and to admire the view in a different perspective. It's quite a local thing to do. I really like it. And yeah, that's it for my Parisian tips. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it helped. I hope it inspired you if you ever go to Paris, or if you want to go to Paris. I hope this helped. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give it up a thumbs up and subscribe if you've enjoyed this video. I'm definitely going to do more Parisian guides videos like that if you guys enjoy it, because I have so much more to say. This is just the start of my little guides. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys soon for another video. Bye! Au revoir!